my name is Bojan Savic here at the Mercedes-Benz of Scottsdale AMG Performance Center. I would like to tell you about this 2024 Mercedes-AMG C63E Performance 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive. Woo! One very, very long name for the car. I'll tell you a little bit about who is this car for, at least what we think was this car for. I'll tell you about options and the features. Why is this car so well equipped? Why is this car so good? And I'll show you a little bit about the space of the car and the everyday usability. What's different about this car? Well, this is the first many things, especially for the Mercedes-Benz and especially for the C-Class. First time that we do have the all-wheel drive in a car. We did not have that before in the C-Class. This is the first time that we have down to only 4 cylinders. Only 4 cylinders creating, how much? I think you know. 671 horsepower, 752 pound-feet of torque. Is this the fastest C-Class we ever built? Absolutely, by far. The V8 doesn't even come close to that, and all respects to the V8, this one is just clocking it faster. This is the first time that we have the rear wheel steering. This is the first time that we do have the battery. So this car has many of the first for the Mercedes-Benz and especially for the C-Class. So in a nutshell, this vehicle has, and we keep on emphasizing that it has this E-performance. So let me just get right into it and show you this powertrain, what makes this car such formidable appointment. Why is this car going to be one of the fastest cars that you can buy right now on the market? Because it is fast. I mean, from the Mercedes 3-point-something seconds, many of the publications clock this at 2.8, at 2.9. I mean, we're all going to agree that 0.1 of the second, it's incredibly fast. But in a nutshell, this is a fast car. Let me show you why is this exciting and why is this better, why is this faster, and how come is it faster? What are the things that move this faster? So obviously, hand-built, handcrafted engine. I'll repeat it again. This is an AMG 63. How much is the engine alone? How much horsepower does it produce? 469, 470 horsepower. Let's round it off. And this will be the most powerful 4-cylinder on the planet, period. Agree, disagree? That's just a fact. So this engine works together with the big turbo that we see right here. But it's not just one turbo, it does have the 2 turbos. You do have the electric turbo. Turbocharger gets the gases from the exhaust. When you start the vehicle, of course the vehicle fires up, the cylinder starts working, started producing the exhaust gases gets in the turbo. Under great pressure, they gets rammed back into the engine. But when you are trying to accelerate, once you plant your foot, once you give the signal to the motor that you need power, the vehicle will try to get that turbo needs to spool up and create the pressure to ram those gases back into the motor so you can have the propulsion. You will have the turbo lag. That's being known since the turbo was invented. Well, this particular car, it does have the small electric turbocharger. So when that happens, when there's the demand for the power, and when the turbo started spinning up, because there's exhaust gases that are going into the turbo, before that happens, we have the small battery that's in the front, that's electric gas turbocharger. On the low demand, on the low number of RPMs, that electric gas turbocharger pulls up and gives you the power, gives the powertrain enough power so it can create, it can deliver immediately. So that's how the electric turbo and regular turbo work in this part of the engine. This vehicle is paired with the 9-speed MCT transmission, multi-clutch plates. What does that mean in translation to you? Very, very, very fast gear changes. Very, very, very fast. One of the fastest transmissions in the world, if not the fastest transmission in the world. Okay, that's not exciting enough. Let's get to the really exciting stuff that it's on the back. So what do we have on the back on this car that we didn't have before? Except the all-wheel drive, right? We do have that battery. We have the high-performance battery, HPB. So that works together with the drive unit, with the electric motor, permanently excited synchronous motor that it's on the back with the limited slip differential. And yes, the 2-speed transmission. 2-speed transmission. So does this vehicle have the 3 motors and the 2 transmissions? Yes. Does it go 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds? Yes. Is this faster than most of the V8s? Yes. Yes, the answer is yes. Some of them like it, some of them not, but I think it's definitely exciting. And I think that everybody that's into the performance should get behind the wheel of one of these cars and see how much it will impress you. So why do we need a two-speed transmission? Well, the power that's being delivered from the battery, as we know, the battery gives you that instantly, that power. It will go for about 88 miles an hour, then it's going to shift to the second gear to continue delivering this power. This vehicle is built for the high-speed performance. It will go on the Autobahn. It will clock 180 miles an hour. Yes, we do need the two transmission. Where do we get this idea? Where do we get this technology, right? Try Formula One. Mercedes-AMG has something to do with the Formula One. For those of you that are not familiar, I think you should get familiar with the Formula One and Formula One technology, because this is directly where everything comes with this powertrain. So again, I'm going to summarize it. You have the four-cylinder motor, turbo, electric turbo on the front. Here on the side of the car, you will say the E-Performance Turbo, with the second word. And on the back, you have the all-wheel drive system, high-performance battery, together with the limited slip differential, and you have the powertrain unit that's on the back with the two-speed transmission that will propel all these four wheels, that will give you the 0 to 60 in about 3 seconds. Some of them clocked it between 2.8, 2.9, all the way up to 3.2. Regardless, that is fast. So let me tell you about the equipment and the features that are on this particular car. Well, first, as you can expect, first we have the instantly recognizable AMG grille. So besides that, AMG Affältebach logo that it's on the crest. You have the orchard and the pistons right here. Laurel around it, and it says Affältebach AMG. Yes, that's what you would want on your performance car. Of course, you can recognize the 63 by the power domes, and this is actually functional hood. This is where the heat needs to go out that this little engine creates with its powerful 670 horsepower. Digital light that's in the front. I cannot stop admiring digital light. So the front end, on the sides, we do have the 20-inch wheels, and on this one you have the high-performance tires. For those of you that really going to be using the vehicle for what it is for, it's equipped with the Pilot Sport 4S. Performance tires, yes. Silver brake calipers that you're going to see, again, instantly recognizable. It says a big AMG letters. This particular vehicle does have the night package, so the part of the side mirrors, they are black. The trim on the side, it's all black. This vehicle does have the panorama roof. Also on the front, you'll notice that these particular things, they are all black, part of the night package. This is not just beautiful. She is very, very, very smart too. It does have the driver assist package. So you can see the two cameras that film everything that's on the road, that's trying to keep you safe of the unpredicted things that might happen. Somebody slams on the brakes in front of you, somebody comes in the front of the car, the vehicle and the computer could make a reaction faster than the human can. That's just a fact. But you definitely need to be vigilant and pay attention where you're going and how you're driving. Why I think this is a special and this is unique? Silver exterior, black interior. You don't get much more AMG than that. Silver arrows, Formula One silver arrows, silver exterior of the car. Black interior, overwhelming majority of the AMG interiors are black. That you might notice, because somebody in the AMG headquarters thinks that black is cool on the interior of the cars. We hope you agree. So, high-performance steering wheel, that you have the AMG drive buttons that you can drive in the program for individual, to the battery, to the electric, to the Sport Plus, and to the race. And then you can here change the exhaust note. How much do you want to hear it? How less do you want to hear it? Those features that's on the left. The rest of it, you're going to have the same features that is on basically every C-Class. You do have the several different settings like Super Sport, Sport, Classic, understated, navigation, services, and assistance right here that you can change. The backgrounds look super cool. This particular car, driver's car, performance car, does have the heads-up display. I would suggest if you're buying a high-performance car and if you're going to drive it like a high-performance, this could have helped. But you can definitely get one without it. Burmester surround sound system. I think that's, what's the definition of the high performance cars? They have to be fast. They have to look good. They have to have the good sound system, right? At least I think so. Does have the blind spot assist that will come standard. You do have the vents. There's it's an AMG, it's a Mercedes-Benz, so you do have the very, very fine stitching that goes all the way to the hood, to the top of the doors, and it's on the seat with these inserts. I think that far as in the seat, the look, design, the feel of the leather looks nothing short of the best. I mean, that's definitely touching the excellence. Panorama roof on this one. Ambient lighting, which we do have. Basically, it's going to be the standard now on every car. I don't think I'll be able to sell a car without ambient lighting today. At least not many of them. Introduction of the zero layer. So the NTG platform, or the infotainment system, it's gonna have several more buttons and the features. For the AMG, do you want to set it on the Race, Sport Plus? Basically, on this car, you can set up how do you want, from the suspension to the steering to the accelerator pedal, the brake pedal, the feel, the informations that you can have on this vehicle, how much horsepower, how much torque, how much brake pedal you're using, how much power of the vehicle. Not to forget, you do have the one measure right here for how much fuel do you have left in the tank, and you do have how much battery it's left. Again, remember, this battery charges itself. Very, very important, this part. If you put the vehicle in the comfort, it will be charging the battery in about 25%. If you go to the sport, it will be charging to about 50% of its capability. You go Sport Plus to 75%, and to the Race up to the 100%. So if you want to charge this battery very, very fast, you will drive this vehicle in a Sport Plus or the Race mode, depending on your driving capabilities. But again, this battery charges itself. It charges itself so fast that we still give you, if you would like to leave the house and you don't want to wait for the battery to charge it, and you were driving it last night really fast, you want to leave the vehicle, it's going to be quiet. So you do have the level 2 charging. There is no need, the battery is small for the level 3. So the level 2 charging, the vehicle can be full in about 20 minutes. If you want from completely empty. But again, the vehicle charges the battery by itself while you drive. So to summarize everything, and I want to show you how much space do you have in the back. This is the vehicle for somebody that's looking for the high performance vehicle, but does have the normal life. This is going to be the only vehicle. So it does have usability. It can sit up to 5 passengers for fully comfortable. It definitely gives the big cabin. High-tech technology cabin that's performance-oriented, and you do have the trunk. It is a little bit smaller than on the regular C-Class, because high-performance battery, the whole drivetrain that's in the back takes a little bit of that space. So I just want you to know that it's not the same trunk space as on the regular C300 or C43. It's a little bit less, and we're going to show you that. Let's go. So this is the back seat of the C63 SE Performance 4MATIC all-wheel drive. So again, I'm a 6 foot even, have plenty of the space. This is how I would set the seat if I was sitting on a driver's seat. So I think it's safe to say that it has plenty of the space. Vents for the air conditioning in the back, very important if you're here in the Phoenix. Opening here, you can stick your cell phone, press it one more time. This is for the cup holders. Speakers are in the back, ambient lighting. You do have still light from the ambient lighting, right? Let me show you the trunk. Well, this is about the end of our video. This is about the end of this car. I want to point out one more thing that's very important. C63S E-Performance. Very, very exciting car. Hand-built motor. Battery goes right here. Electric drive unit basically goes right here. Limited slip differential, electric motor and everything else. I wrapped it up in the drive unit. You do get cable that you can plug it in. You don't have to install the level 2 charger. You get that with the vehicle. And if you get this particular car, you will not stop having fun like ever, as long as you own it. My name is Bojan Savic. Please give me a call or email me, text me, whatever works best for you. 480-748-4856. And I can even tell you even more about this exciting vehicle.